What is going on, guys? Snickel here, and today I have another trophy talk for you. This is going to be for the week of July 18th, 2021, and it has been quite I don't know, it's been an okay week. I wasn't really able to play games for the past week because I did end up going away somewhere, so I guess I'll technically only be talking about 1 week of gaming, but I feel like I got a decent amount of stuff done. Finally got something done that I've been kind of working on for a while and starting to make progress towards some other things. So with all of that being said, let's get right into this video. So starting off first, we have Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I was able to finish up all of the mastery challenges and get that a true master trophy. So that's really nice to get done. I didn't really have any issues with any of the mastery challenges per se. There was one that was kind of annoying, but it was really only annoying because you kind of had to do it perfect, and it made me a little frustrated, but literally like a few days after the challenge, or a few days after I completed the challenge, Ubisoft actually put out a patch, and they made it easier to get. Because a lot of these challenges, you kind of have to utilize every single enemy that comes towards you, because there's three different challenges. There's a combat challenge, there's a bow challenge, and there's a stealth challenge. And out of all of those challenges, you typically have to utilize every single enemy that you can find in the areas for those challenges. Sometimes the stealth challenges you don't have to, but for the melee and the range ones, you typically have to. Now, some challenges, they do provide you the ability to have a little bit of flexibility to where you can maybe mess something up here or there, and you can kind of improvise, which is really nice to do. But the challenge that I was doing with the bow and arrow, you could not improvise anything. You literally had to do it all perfect, and they ended up changing that, again, a few days after. So that was kind of annoying. But I wasn't a fan of the bow challenges anyway, because I felt like the bow combat in this game is the bow combat from AC, Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla, all three of them. The bow combat is kind of just this type of thing where it's like, it's there. It exists. Does anyone use it? Probably not. Is it good? It's okay. I mean, it's not the best thing, but I wouldn't want to make it a main mechanic of the game. And those mastery challenges make it a main mechanic of the game. So it's a little frustrating to have to deal with it because it almost is not good. But I guess that's what makes a challenge, right? So I was able to finish all of those up. I've put videos up on the channel for all of them. So as of now, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is completely done. I'm glad to say that. But yeah, it's away for the time being. Then up next, we have a game called The Gem Collector, which is actually coming out tomorrow on the 20th by Treefall Studios, Eli. I was able to get a early access code for the game, and I was able to platinum it, and I will be putting a video out tomorrow for it. So nice little fun game. Took me about an hour to get through, hour 20 minutes to get through. You could probably do it in about an hour, but a nice little fun game, kind of like a collectathon, of collecting gems and killing enemies and money and everything like that. Nothing really missable or like too hard about it. I do like that when you beat the game, you're able to load your save back up and replay all the levels that you want to. And I also really like the design of how before you go into a level, you know what you've completed of it. If you found all the gems, if you found all of the money or the enemies, if you beat the level and you found the key, all that stuff is displayed to you before you actually load into the level. So I do like that. And all in all, I think that it's a fantastic game. I think it's going to be around $3 when it comes out. So if you have an extra few dollars that you want to splurge with, I would highly suggest to pick up the Gem Collector, because I had a blast playing it. And then lastly, the last game of the last games that I've been playing in this last few weeks is Need for Speed Shift. So the servers for Need for Speed Shift, Need for Speed Shift 2, and Need for Speed The Run, and I believe Need for Speed Undercover, all four of those servers are going to be going down at the end of August. So my goal was to finish up the Assassin's Creed Valhalla Mastery challenges, dive into Shift, and or dive into the 3 Need for Speed games that I want to get done on the PS3 or that I need to get done before the servers go down. That being Shift, Shift 2, and the Run, and try to platinum them immediately. I've played Shift for about 2 nights, and I've made a decent amount of progress in it. I already had some progress done, but I'm just making more progress, and I'm having a blast playing it. There are a few things that are irritating me. Well, not a few. There's one thing that's irritating me. So, the hardest thing in the game is obviously to get 20 epic badges, which isn't too hard. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe there's like 27 badges in the game total. So you don't even have to get epic badges on everything in the game, which is good because some of them are online and they are a pain in the ass, like the Driver Duel Championship, which is basically the same as the Driver Duel Championship in Shift 2, which is the King of the Hill trophy. So there is a medal for that. There is a epic medal you can, or an epic medal you can earn for that, but you don't have to. And then there's a few other online things where it's like you have to place third or better in online events, but you have to do it like 250 times. So like definitely not worth that. But yeah, most of it is just the epic badges. Now there is an epic badge. I should have kept that up. There is an epic badge for. It's called Star Collector, and it's to earn all available stars in Tier 1, 2, 3, and 4 events. Now, as I've been playing through the career, I am about to finish up Tier 2 and hop into Tier 3. I have been getting all of the stars as I've been working through, but there is 2 events that are pissing me off that requires you to spin 4 cars out in the race. And I know what you're thinking. Well, you just spin them out. It's not that bad. Yeah, I wish it was that easy because when you spin a car out, typically, you get spun out with it, which you can then never catch up to the other cars. So good luck trying to spin 4 out. You may be able to spin 1 out. The other thing that sucks is it has to give you points for spinning a car out. Sometimes when you spin a car out in a certain way, it doesn't give you the points for it, or it gives you the points for something called like a pop hit or something. It's some weird fucking name. But it gives you points for something else. So essentially, if you don't get the points for spinning a car out, you don't beat the challenge. You have to get the points for it 4 times. I was able to do it 3 times on a few of these, but like getting the 4th one is just such a pain in the ass. And the game is just so finicky with like spinning cars out. And like if the car's front wheel drive, it's not spinning out. Like don't even try. And it's just really annoying. So I'm going to continue to play through the game and earn all of the stars and do everything like that. And we'll see how many how many epic medals I have by the time that I finish the whole career up and get through everything. And then if I really need that one more epic medal, then obviously I will go back and do those. But I'm not sweating about them right now. I spent maybe an hour or 2 last night trying to do the one race. Maybe not 2 hours. That might be over exaggerated. I spent like an hour or so trying to spin 4 cars out on one of the races, and it drove me absolutely insane. So I'm going to disregard that challenge for now, and again, if I really need the epic medal, I will go back and try to do it, but I'm not going to, or epic badge, I'll go back and try to do it, but I'm not going to break my back over it. So that's what I've been playing in the past week. Really not too much. Like I said, I wasn't home for a week. My goal was to really finish up Valhalla, and then get started on these Need for Speed games, and I was hoping that I could get through Shift and the Run in about a week total for both of them, maybe a week and a half for both of them, and then put a lot of my time into Shift 2 and try to get that done, because that's going to be more of a it's going to be more time consuming to do Shift 2 just because of what you have to do. Even though I am playing through Shift 1, I'm literally mastering every track that I do, so I'm not super worried about like the mastery trophy in Shift 2, because there is a trophy for mastering every course at day or dusk, and then every course at night. So there are trophies for that. I'm not super worried about them because I am doing that. The only thing that worries me about mastering tracks is if you have to master the Nürburgring. If you have to do that, kind of annoying. But if you don't, then that's cool. But I'm going to be, again, getting into this. So my goal is going to be to do Shift 1, then the Run, and then Shift 2. Because I would do Shift 1 and then Shift 2 just to get these the simulator games done, but I don't want to do that because I will want to rip my eyeballs out and cut all of my fingers off because these games are awful. The fact that these games are called simulators is a disgrace to simulators. Like Shift 1 and Shift 2 are they got to be some of the worst simulators I've ever played in my life. I don't know what it is about Need for Speed games. Like the point of a Need for Speed game is it's a racing game. That's all you do. All you do is race. That's literally all you do. Race. But you can't get the physics right in the game. I've been saying this for like the longest time. Even if you go back to some old Need for Speed games like Underground, right? Most Wanted, the original Most Wanted. If you go back to any of these games, which are renowned games, these are games that are beloved by everybody. Underground 2, like these are games that people love. But if you go back and you look at them, they do not have the best physics. The physics are not the strong side of the game. And I think that that's fine because those games make up for it with other things like customization, like cheesy storylines, like big open worlds. So with all of that stuff, you can kind of look past the driving physics, right? Like, okay, we can look past that. Even to an extent, all of the new Need for Speed games, we can look past them. Even though I really think that Hot Pursuit, the new Hot Pursuit, and Most Wanted 2012, even though they are not the best driving games, they have at least the physics are fun. Like they're fun to drive, right? They may not be realistic, but they're fun to drive. A game that I always will refer to as having some of the best physics, not most realistic, but most fun to play. Like a game that really anybody can pick up and play, and you feel like a badass driver playing it, is Driver San Francisco. By far from the past, I don't even know how many consoles, that game has to have some of the best and most satisfying driving physics of any game. And if you guys haven't played Driver San Francisco, I suggest you to go pick it up because it is phenomenal. Another game that I think has pretty good physics, but it can be wonky at times, is Burnout Paradise. I think that it's a satisfying game to play, but it can be weird at times because when you activate like a power slide or something, it can be a little weird to control it. Driver San Francisco, you have the ability to power slide. It's kind of hard to spin out unless you're driving a car with a lot of horsepower. And if you are, then you're probably a little more experienced. And it's just a lot of fun to play, and you could just rip around with it. And the physics are actually good. I've never understood that about Need for Speed games. Like, you have one thing to do. Like, the one gameplay side of your game is driving, and you just can't get it right. Like, Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5 have better driving physics than new Need for Speed games. It's just sad, man. It really is just sad. And most people will say GTA 4. No, it doesn't. I feel like I'm driving a boat in GTA 4. GTA 4's physics are weird, but they're at least somewhat realistic in a way. And yeah, I don't know. Like just these Need for Speed games, the Need for Speed games on the PS3 and PS4 and I guess there's none on the PS5 yet. Yeah, they've all just been funky to me. Other than again Hot Pursuit and Most Wanted 2012. They've all been kind of weird. Like, it's weird to explain. They're bad, but they're not, and they're unrealistic, but they're not unrealistic and satisfying. They're unrealistic and then just bad. Like, if any of you guys have played Need for Speed Undercover, that is like the epitome of what I'm talking about. That game is horrendous. The physics are horrendous. Need for Speed Shift and Need for Speed Shift 2 both have awful physics. The run is okay-ish. They tried to go for more. It is, again, arcadey. They're all arcadey, but it does go for kind of like a cinematic, style of driving, which makes sense because it is supposed to be a cinematic-styled game. So it definitely makes sense. But I don't know, man. I just don't understand it. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing, again, those 3 Need for Speed games, Shift, The Run, and Shift 2 in that order. Hopefully I will be getting Shift done in the next day or two. That's kind of the hope. Also, while I'm playing those games, because it's going to be going down in September, I'd rather get ahead of it than behind. I will be doing the Max Payne 3 multiplayer at some point, and then when I'm done the 3 Need for Speed games, I will be focusing on getting Max Payne 3 done. I will probably focus on the DLCs first, and then I'll focus on trying to get the Platinum. And then after that is done, I will be focusing on doing the Grand Theft Auto 5 multiplayer on the PS3. Now, I believe that there was somebody in... there was somebody on, I don't know if it was on a Trophy Talk or something. There was somebody that brought up the Grand Theft Auto 5 multiplayer on the PS3. I'm mainly focusing on just doing the Heist DLC. That's all I need to do is just the Heist DLC. Again, if anybody is interested in doing this, I would rather do this with people that I somewhat know rather than random people. But if you are interested in doing it, please, 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 because it's going to help me to organize it and to keep track of it. Please go into the description of this video and join the Discord server that's in that link in the description below. When you join that Discord server, you can send me a friend request on Discord, and then I will start a private message. And if we get more people, then we'll have a private message with a group of people, and that's how we'll focus. Now, I'm probably not going to start focusing on Grand Theft Auto 5 multiplayer until September, so please keep that in mind. I'm trying to finish all of these Need for Speed games before they go down, so I will be focusing on Grand Theft Auto 5. I think it will only honestly take a week or two to get that whole DLC done. It's really not hard. But again, if you are interested, please, first thing, have just a tiny bit of patience because I'm not going to be doing it immediately. But if you would like to do it with me, join the Discord server in the link below. You can @me in Discord or whatever, or it would be even better if you sent me a friend request on Discord, and then we will make we can make a group chat on Discord, a private group chat on Discord, and hopefully try to get it done. But that's the focus for the future, in order to get games done. Now, I do have a PS5. Still haven't played any PS5 games, which is kind of unfortunate. I think it's just the time being. It's just not a good time with all the PS3 stuff going down, and I was going to try to focus on playing more PS3 than anything else right now. It kind of sucks because there's really nothing on the PS5, or there's nothing that I really want to do on the PS5. And I've said this, you know, I've wanted to get a PS5 since it launched. I got one because I got the opportunity to get it at $500, which I'm going to take that opportunity. But I don't really have anything to play on it. I have stuff to play, but like I have no reason to play it. So maybe when I get done the Need for Speeds and Max Payne, when I'm kind of in that few months, because I believe there'll be about 3 months between when Max Payne 3 goes down and when Grand Theft Auto 5 goes down, maybe within that span of the upcoming fall, I will do some PS5 games. Maybe I'll do stuff like Astro's Playroom or, you know, Destruction All-Star. Just maybe I'll do some things. There's nothing like too crazy that I want to do at the moment. Because, again, I am going to be playing all of my PlayStation 4 games that I'm playing on the PlayStation 4, just because of for storage reasons. But yeah, and there's also a few games on the PlayStation 4 that I'm going to be going back to and doing at some point as well, because Brian and I talked about doing a lot of the games as a service games, and then a few other games that we want to get done in the upcoming months, not because they're going down, but just because we've been talking about it. So I'm definitely going to be transitioning over there at some point. I know that I was doing the whole Star Wars and Hitman franchise back and forth, and I finally got to the Hitman games that I really want to play, which is the rebooted ones, and I had to stop because of PS3. But I will be doing some of those games as a service because I want to get them done, just because I want to focus on some games as a service games to get them done before their service ends. But looking long term in the future, again, we'll be doing some of those games, maybe PS5 games here and there, just to you know, experience the console a little bit, because I really haven't been able to do that. And then my main focus is going to be PS3. I think I talked about this in the last Trophy Talk because I brought it up, but my goal is I'm going to be finishing up essentially every single PS3 game that's on my list where I've done the multiplayer for. I'm going to be focusing on some other PS3 multiplayers that I need to still do, like BioShock 2 and a lot of other ones. So I'll be focusing on those. while I'm, cleaning up the PS3 list. And then when I eventually get through all of the PS3 games that I have on my list, obviously I won't be playing them back to back to back to back, but when I end up getting through all of the PS3 games on my list, I'll then be going back and doing PS3 games that are not on my list so that I can get through my whole PS3 collection, because my goal is to get through my PS3 collection. And I know what a lot of people are thinking. Well, by the time you get done your PS3 collection, the PS6 is going to be out. Probably not. I want to do this in the next, 2 or 3 years. I really want to get through all of my PS3 games. That's kind of my goal. And I will be playing PS5 games here and there. But my main goal is going to be to clean up the PS3 list and the PS3 games. And by the time that's done, then I can get to PS4. And I know what you're thinking. Well, you're going to be on PS4 when mainly PS5 games are out. And yeah, that's kind of true. But at the same time, what I've noticed about a lot of PS4 games is they are a lot easier to platinum than PS3 games. PS3 games are just weird, man. PS3 games require you to do a lot of stuff. Sometimes not, but more than less. They make you do a lot more, especially when it comes to multiplayer and just stuff in general. They really require you to do a lot more. So I'm hoping when I get done some PS3 games, or when I get done my PS3 games, I can then get over to the PS4 and get through there. And when it comes to the PS4, I will not be doing, I won't be doing stacks when I get to my PS4. I'll be focusing on, again, games that I've done on the PS4 that are on my list, and then going back through my PS4 games and doing some other games and going from there. But for instance, I just thought about it. For instance, when I'm going to be doing the Bioshock 1, 2, and I was going to say trilogy, but I guess it technically is a trilogy. Bioshock 1, 2, and Infinite. I'm going to be doing them on the PS3 because that's what I want to do. That's the console that they came out on. That's what I want to play. But when I get to PS4 games, when I get to the Bs in the PS4 games, I'm not going to be doing the Bioshock remastered or remastered, just because, I've already put time into them. I don't want to put, additional time in. Same thing with Borderlands. I'll be doing Borderlands 2 and Borderlands a pre-sequel all on the PS3. Then when I get to the PS4, we'll do, maybe Borderlands 3 I'll probably end up doing on the PS5 or, something like that. But I'm not going to, stack the PS4 versions of Borderlands when I get there. That'll be something where it's 5 years down the line or 10 years down the line when I want to go back to play a Borderlands game. Bang, I can go back and play it. But games that are on the list, like Burnout Paradise and stuff, I'll obviously be stacking. But the only franchise I'm going to stack when I get through PS4 games is going to be Assassin's Creed, just because I promised myself I would do every single Assassin's Creed game, and I really want to go back and play the Ezio trilogy again, and I really want to go back and play AC3 Remastered, and I really want to go back and play Rogue Remastered, and I actually kind of like the Chronicle games, so I kind of want to go back and play them. So I will be going back and playing all of those when I get to that, but that's not going to be that's not going to be my highest priority right now. I will clean up Assassin's Creed when I get down to it on the PS3. I will be doing AC4 when I get down to it after Anarchy Rush Hour, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to what I'm really looking forward to. If you couldn't tell, I just got a little excited there for a second. But what I'm really looking forward to in the future is cleaning up my list, because for the past 4 years or so, maybe more, I have been platinuming games. Don't get me wrong, I have been completing games, but for a little bit of time, I was really just putting games on my list just to do the multiplayer, because I wanted to get some stupid multiplayer games done. And that's fair enough, right? Fair enough. I've got the multiplayer done. That was my whole goal. But I am looking forward, and I am really excited to finally clean these games up, to finally, go back and play AVP and play Aliens Colonial Marines and play games that I've done the multiplayer for. And now I finally can experience the single player and put time into the single player. I'm really looking forward to doing that. That's something that I'm very excited for. So, and not just PS3, that's just everything in general. I'm really looking forward to cleaning the list up. Finally got the completion percentage above 60%. We're getting to 60.5. I'm thinking by the time I get done Shift, the run and Shift 2, I may be around 62% on the completion percentage. And then Max Payne 3 is already on my list at I think 1%. So doing Max Payne 3 is just going to help me even more. And then same thing with Grand Theft Auto 5, which, by the way, for Grand Theft Auto 5, this is the plan for Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5, not only am I going to be doing on the PS3, not only am I going to be Can I talk? Jesus. Not only am I going to be doing the Heist DLC on Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS3, I will also be finishing up the whole Platinum. I will be getting the Platinum in Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS3 once I finish up the Heist and all of the multiplayer DLC. I will not be making trophy guides or anything for the remaining stuff that I have just because I don't want to, because eventually at some point when I get to my PS4 cleanup, I will be going to Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS4 where I've played none of the single player. So I will be making guides on the PS4 version of Grand Theft Auto 5, but I will not be making it on the PS3 version. So I will probably be playing a majority of Grand Theft Auto 5 on a PS3. I would like to stream. I really would like to start streaming more. I came back this week from, the vacation that I had, and I put a tweet out for getting Gem Collector Platinum, and someone said, "Hey, can you come back? It's been, over 2 weeks." And I was like, "Holy fuck, dude. It's been 18 days since I streamed last. Like, that's crazy. It feels like it was just yesterday, but it's been a while." So I am going to be planning on trying to stream more. If you guys haven't followed me, there's a link to my Twitch down in the description below. I stream when I get my Platinums. I stream trying to stream random other things. I don't really like to stream boosting, but if people want to see it, hey, I'll be up to do it. But yeah, I would definitely like to stream more. And a lot of these games that I'm going to be playing, I'm not going to be making guides for just because it's not really useful. Like Shift, there's nothing to make guides for. The Run, maybe the challenges. I mean, depends how I'm feeling. And then Shift 2, I don't really think there's anything to make guides for. Really don't like making guides for, racing games unless there's like some random particular trophy that you have to do. But other than that, I probably won't be making guides for those. I do want to make guides for Max Payne 3. I don't know if there's any sort of collecties or anything in Max Payne 3. I'm assuming that there are, but I definitely want to make guides for if there are collectibles or if there are random trophies or anything. I definitely want to make guides for those, and I do want to make guides for. I do want to put I'm going to try my best to put a multiplayer guide out for Shift and Shift 2 before the servers go down. I'm not going to do it for Undercover because I don't want to make videos and give a person the opportunity to play that game, because I believe that game should be taken out back. And while it is staring into the sunset one night, it should just be shot right in the back of the head and buried alive or partially alive. I don't know what they do, but that game should not be played. What I'm trying to say is the game should not be played. If you play that game, you hate yourself. I don't want to make videos for it because I don't want to let people play the game and then hate themselves. But I will be I'm going to be trying my best to make a multiplayer guide for Shift and Shift 2. I have a full Excel file for Shift 2 if you want to get the King of the Hill trophy. So I'm going to try my best to make that accessible to the public before the servers go down. I promise I will. And then the Run, I'm not going to make anything because it's been unobtainable. So I don't want to. I don't want to make something that's unobtainable. But anyway, I've been ranting for a while. That's what I plan on doing in the next kind of like few months. I'm probably going to be regurgitating a lot of this in every single trophy talk because even though I am kind of focusing on the Need for Speed games, I am excited to get to my PS3 backlog and finally start to clean games up. So I'm trying to get done the games that are going to be going down as soon as possible. But there's just a lot of roadblocks that are in the way. The games that are going down is, holding me back from getting to the PS3 backlog. And then another thing that's holding me back from the PS3 backlog is the PS5 being out. I mean, it kind of sucks that the PS5 comes out and I haven't even played it because I've been focusing on PS3 games. And it's not because I want to get them done. It's because I kind of need to get them done before the servers go down. So once I get the games done that are going down and I have a little bit of breathing room to kind of not have to worry about games getting, shut down, then we can finally play the PS5. I hope no other games get announced for being shut down on the PS3. I haven't I haven't looked at this forum post in a while. Has there been anything that's I haven't heard from anybody, but I don't know if anything else is going down. Okay, doesn't look like it. Okay, so we're still sitting pretty. Um, okay. Sorry, doing this live. This is a live thing. Um, Never switched over to Microsoft. A few major switched to Microsoft servers as it decided to shut down. Yeah, Xbox, not PS3, and Crisis did this. Crysis 2, 3 servers were special, where Microsoft opted to buy them off EA. Why? Because who knows what they're different. You know, that kind of pisses me off with all these servers getting shut down, especially Rockstar games. Like, why can, like, I don't understand why, like, Sony and Microsoft can't say, like, okay, we're going to run our own servers, because they're not cross-platform. So why can't they just run their own? GTA 4 RDR are peer-to-peer as a GameSpy removal patch because they needed to save the hard drive, so the servers. Oh, the stats are saved to the hard drive instead of the servers. Okay, yep. Okay, well, bust, but nothing new. It is gonna kind of be stupid that like Max Payne 3 is going down, but like Red Dead 1 and GTA 4 still up. But again, it's been explained. Okay, so before I end this video, I'm gonna go over a few topics that were left in the last trophy talk in the comments. If you guys have any topics or questions or anything that you would like to ask me, you can obviously always ask me those questions on stream if you are able to show up. But if you are not able to show up, you can ask me in the comments of this trophy talk, and I will talk about them in the next trophy talk. So let's get into it. So the first one we're going to cover is by D-Man. Great talk. This was a nice listen to while grinding for some coins in Castlevania. Good luck with Max Payne 3. Also, just finished the multiplayer myself just in time, and it's a nasty one. I hope to begin with the New York Minute Hardcore. Is that what it is? I'm gonna have to get educated on this, because I will be going for this at some point, right? So yes, New York Minute Hardcore. New York Minute Hardcore soon. And I'll have to see if I have the skills to get the platinum. I'm sure you will. That comes down to, again, that and any speed running comes down to memory and just either learning through trial and error or watching videos or whatever. It all comes down to memory. So just remember that. If you can't remember that, then you're probably not going to be able to get the platinum. But if you can remember that, it comes down to memory. So just, don't sweat it. Do your thing, and I'm sure you'll be able to get the platinum, D-Man. I'm sure you will, and I will wish you the best of luck. You know what I just realized? Did I upload my last trophy talk a week ago? July 7th. Why does that say that happened so long ago? Sorry, I'm being a little dumb right now. Okay. Leave that in. Then up next we have the Nipples 97. Should there be a trophy bigger than a platinum, and what would it look like? So, I don't think that there should necessarily be a trophy bigger than a platinum. I don't think so. There's a few things that I really would like to see, but they'll obviously never get implemented. So the first thing that I would really like to see is something that I believe Kane and Lynch 2 was the only game to do this. But Kane and Lynch 2 gives you a trophy for completing all of the online trophies. So all multiplayer mode trophies unlocked. Now, the reason I don't have it is because some of these trophies I can earn in like arcade mode. So I haven't earned that yet. But I would love to see a trophy like this in every game, so that it's the main thing is it's easy to track what trophies are online and if you've completed them. So I would love to see a kind of like a sub platinum that would be like a multiplayer trophy. And it doesn't even have to be like anything special. It could literally be a bronze. It doesn't have to be anything special. But do I think that there should be something bigger than a platinum? I like there being a platinum. Do I think that there should be something bigger than a platinum? I don't know. I do think that there should be some sort of trophy for completing all DLC. But the problem that arises if you do something like that is if it's a game where there's going to be multiple DLCs that come out. You don't really have that. The only way that that would work is if a new DLC came out for a game, you would lose that trophy and you'd have to re-earn it. I think that that would be okay, but I don't know what it would be. The thing that I do like about like PSNP is they do have right on the top here, they do have your completed games. So those are games that are done to 100%. So that's good. That's a good stat to always have because you can see that I have 197 platinums, but I have 247 games complete. So that goes to show that I have more games complete than I do have platinums, which means I typically 100% my games, and I also have 100% games as well. I think I only have let me see. I think I only have 2 games that are not 100%, but I have the platinum. One of them is Uncharted 3, RIP. The other one's Uncharted 4, which I need to do at some point. But it would be interesting to see a trophy that's almost like you would earn it for doing all the DLC as well. But again, I don't know what it would look like, and I don't know what it would be called, but I do think it would be cool to have, and it would be an easy way to distinguish if people are doing multiplayer, because I know that there's a lot of trophy hunters that just go for the platinum that don't care about the DLC, which kind of really, that really hurts me. It hurts me deep down inside when people do that. No, I'm just joking. But no, I just think as a trophy hunter, the main reason of being a trophy hunter is, or it may not be the same today, right? But when people got into trophy hunting, 10 plus years ago, when did I even start? I don't even remember. 11 years ago. I think coming up on 12. No, it might be 11. But when people started trophy hunting 10 plus years ago, people didn't trophy hunt to earn easy platinums. People didn't trophy hunt for numbers, right? That's what a lot of it has come down to today. Thus why we see easy platinums and people doing games 20 times, because they're more worried about the numbers and the leaderboards and things like that, which truly don't matter, because there's leaderboards on every single site, and sites block other people, and you can get banned on one site, but you can be on another site. So like, what the fuck is even the point of leaderboards? It's kind of stupid. There's not like an official leaderboard anywhere, so it's kind of like dumb in a way to me. But really, when people got into trophy hunting, at least me personally, and I think a lot of people back again 10 plus years ago when trophies just came out, or achievements, you did it because before trophies were a thing, you were doing everything a game had to offer. You were finding all the collectibles to see what kind of cool rewards you would get from it. You were getting 5 stars in every race because you wanted to see if you got a cool car, or you got extra money, or you got this, or you got that. There was always the reason to do that. Even when I played Mario Kart on the Wii, I was trying to get 3 stars in all of the time attacks, because if I got 3 stars in all the time attacks, when I went to go play online, I had 3 stars next to my little symbol, and it let people know that like I was the shit. I know what I'm doing. I did the time trials and all this, and I'm busting that ass, is kind of like what it would signify. And nowadays people really, they just, or not everybody, but I see a lot of people that just go for the platinum and they don't go for the DLC, and it's just like, man, like I get if you can't like afford the DLC, that's like one thing, but like if you can afford to buy all these games, I think you can afford a season pass every once in a while to finish some stuff up. So, and even some games will give away free DLC. Like they're just updates. Just do it, man. Just get it done. That's all you have to do. You just have to get it done. But I feel like really a lot of things have come down to just like that platinum number. Really, that's what a lot of people care about. What is my platinum number? Like, how many platinums do I have? That's the most important. And to me, it's not about that. Would it be cool if I had 400 or 500 platinums? Yeah, sure. But, that number's cool to think about. But, I have a lot of platinums that in games that I enjoy. I have a lot of platinums in, games that people would say are quote unquote respectable platinums. And I didn't get those platinums because of it being a quote unquote respectable platinum. It's because I truly wanted to play the game, and I wanted to finish it, and I wanted to get all the trophies. And that's just what it is. I didn't do it for, some status symbol or anything like that. I just did it because that's how I play games, and that's what I want to do. I think it would be cool to see a trophy completing the DLC, but I don't think it'll be something that we'll ever see. It'll just always be the platinum, and that's what it'll be. And then the last comment we have here is from JGM. He says, PS5 limited storage is the main reason why I'm not selling my PS4 anytime soon. As to me, it's a good way to store my massive backlog, considering only a small percentage of PS4 games even get a PS5 patch. It's really not worth re-downloading old-ass games when PS5 and even some PS4 games are so large you could only store 4 to 5 before filling up the hard drive, Call of Duty being the biggest vendor. Yeah, we've talked about this on the podcast before, that I don't understand why games are not more optimized nowadays. The fact that Call of Duty is like 100 and something gigs just, makes me want to vomit thinking about it. Because back in the day, the biggest offenders for games being large on the PS3 was always Assassin's Creed games. I think Call of Duty was up there, but it was always Assassin's Creed. It was always Rockstar games. Those were always the biggest offenders. Everything else was kind of a small, really optimized file size. Plus, having it on the disc meant it was actually on the disc. Nowadays, it's not really like that. The disc is just a verification that you own the game, and there's nothing stored on it. Which is kind of annoying, because if I really do like physical games, and I really feel like that if a game was able to save some space by being physical because the game was actually on the disc, that would be way nicer, but it's not like that, which really sucks. So, it is what it is. But I'm with you there. I'm going to be keeping my PS4. I keep all my consoles plugged in. I have my PS3 plugged in, my PS4 plugged in, PS5 and PS TV all plugged in, so that if I ever need to play anything, they're ready to go. I also have a second PS3 that I have plugged in a majority of the time to boost PS3 games. Hopefully at some point that can be retired. I've downgraded from the PS3 server that I used for Killzone 2, and now I only use one singular PS3. But yeah, I would like to retire that at some point as well, just because I don't want to have all these consoles plugged in all the time, or alternate ones. But yeah, I will definitely be keeping my PS4 up. I will be playing PS4 games on the PS4. I do think that it's cool that the PS5 has the backwards compatibility. And I've always said that the backwards compatibility is a cool feature, but it's something that I truly wouldn't use. I just find it to be a cool feature because it gives people who are not able to experience certain games the ability to experience those games. So people who didn't own a PS4 but now own a PS5, if they want to go play Horizon Zero Dawn, they're able to go play and experience Horizon Zero Dawn because of backwards compatibility. I just think that that's cool. I think that that's an awesome way for people who don't have those older consoles to be able to experience those types of games or those games on that console. But again, me personally, I won't be utilizing it. My PS5 will have just PS5 games on it forever and always. Unless like I'm traveling somewhere and I'm bringing just my PS5 and I need to play a PS4 game, then yeah, I'll put it on there. But that's like literally the only circumstance where I would use my PS5 to play PS4 games. So anyway, guys, that's it. If you guys have any topics or questions or anything that you want to ask me and you want me to discuss, you can leave them in the comments below and I will talk about them in future trophy talks. Again, I will be covering Need for Speeds until I get them done, which I'm going to try my best to get them done before the end of August. Then I will be focusing on Max Payne 3, Grand Theft Auto 5, and then maybe some games as a service, and then mainly PS3 games, finishing up some single players and doing all stuff like that. If you guys do enjoy these videos, be sure to leave a like. And if you enjoy trophy content, go check the channel out. Go check out some other videos and things like that, because I'm telling you guys, I don't know if any of you do YouTube or not, but when you get likes and you get interaction on videos, it really just helps to keep wanting to make content and things like that. And sometimes some people are in some lulls. I'm not saying me personally, but it is nice to get some views, or not really views, but it is nice to get some likes and stuff every once in a while. It kind of gives you that little pep to do more, I guess you could say. But with that being said, I am planning on making, again, multiplayer guides for Shift and Shift 2. I have some How to Platinums that I'm going to be putting out, platinum trophy videos, of course, when I get platinums and guides and everything when I get around to it. But again, if you guys do enjoy trophy content, go check out all of the other videos that I have on the channel. Would greatly appreciate it. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. And if you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed for some reason, consider subscribing for additional trophy content like this. And I hope to see you all around sometime soon.